Hey everyone, Grant here, and today we're going to be talking about this little guy. Alright, so what I have in my hand here is the new MWX Performance hard case battery, specifically the 350 milliamp one. Along with talking about a little bit of this today, we'll also be sharing my thoughts on these, which I'll be honest, I might talk even a little bit more about than this, but we'll get into that later. For the longest time, I've had tons of batteries. I've never felt the reason to buy new ones, but when it comes to mod racing, I just want something that will last the main. At the end of the day, my main concern is, will my car make it for 6 minutes or 8 minutes if it's a PN event? And if that happens, I'll be happy. That's the battery I need, right? Now we've gotten to the point where more manufacturers have entered the game with new hard case batteries, and one can't help but just be like, I want my car to look nicer, right? With a hard case battery, you're just immediately eliminating extra space. I'm talking about the wires on soft pack batteries. Now you can sort of neatly tidy up your chassis, have the wiring just the way you want it to look. It just looks cleaner overall. And I mean, in the direction that we're going, catching up with the larger scale race cars, it does make a lot of sense to go to hard case batteries and running bullets. So with that, I finally made the switch. It took me long enough, and I'm glad I picked this point now, because now there are batteries on the market that can last these longer distances. Picked up 2 of these. I'll say right off the bat, for me, I am probably just going to use these in my 2-wheel drive cars. I'm not going to dabble with having them in my all-wheel drive. I'm going to save my all-wheel drive for the bigger block hard case batteries. And let it be known that there is a big block hard case battery from MWX Performance coming out soon. I purchased these batteries myself. I want to give you my honest opinion, my first impressions on these, and we'll talk about the pros and the cons going through. So comparing this to other batteries, I mean, my first impression out of the package, it's just like any other LiPo battery. What Marcus says in his video, which you should definitely check out, separates this one from the other competition is that it doesn't have magnesium in it. I think that's what he said, which you could take as a supplement if you want. And with no magnesium in the battery, it lowers the chances of it puffing as much like what any LiPo does over time if you're using it a lot. If you're really abusing the discharge and charging at high amps, it'll puff up, and we all know that's not good, it's not safe. Marcus Williams also put these things through the ringer, saying that he, discharged and charged at fairly high amps that I have no intention of going anywhere near. I'm not interested in that kind of game with stock racing, but you at least know that you can discharge at, 2 amps and then charge at 3. But of course, always discharge and charge with caution. Use a LiPo bag. Be smart about it. So yeah, it's the same dimensions as a Reflex battery, the smaller of the 2 Reflex hard case batteries. So if you have a chassis that uses the same footprint as that battery, you know damn well sure this will also fit in there, no problem. If we're speaking specifically on the RTA, if you're using the battery doors for the RTA, I had to make a slight modification to one of my doors where I dremeled it just a little bit, and you'll see that in some overlay footage, that I did that just so the battery terminal is visible and also accessible for the bullets to go into. I know some people don't even use these battery doors, so it might not even be an issue that an RTA owner has, but it's something I wanted to point out nonetheless. Other than that, it worked great my first time. I only used it once at club racing. I've only had these for a few days. I mean, from what everyone has been telling me, the more times you run with it and recharge it and keep using it, the better it'll get. Other than that, yeah, I mean, it's great. I don't have footage of me running with the battery, but if you want results, I'll plop them there. There you go. Satisfied? Other than that, that's pretty much it for the batteries. I want to talk about these now. These are the new MWX high flow bullets. Now, I'm not one for, again, like All my cars already had these other bullets soldered in, except for my one chassis that I'm showing in the overlay footage. But these things, I'm gonna put them on all my cars. It comes in a pack of 6, which is great, because normally most of us are only running a max of 3 classes, so 6 is really all you'll need for 3 cars. What separates these from the others is the tightness of these bullets. So that's a bit of a warning here. They're gonna be a very tight fit at first. Something I would recommend with caution is just pinching them a little bit with shock pliers so they fit just a little bit nicely the first time going into your batteries. You still want them to be snug, so don't go crazy pinching them, but you will notice if you don't do anything to them, some of these bullets might be really difficult to actually plug in. So just make sure of that. So definitely take this as a plus. Also, they just look so good. They look really good on the car. It looks like an actual race car with these bullets. It's just a clean design. You can make your solder look a lot cleaner than what I'm showing right now. This is kind of I think I did okay, but it could definitely look better. And you could solder these much easier onto your wires. So that's pretty much it. This was gonna be a short video. I knew that. I just really wanted to talk about these batteries. There's other brands out there now like Silver Horse, Gens Ace, GK Body now has these, and then of course Reflex as well. For my RTB, like I said before, I'm definitely gonna stick with using a big block battery for now. The Reflex 400 milliamp works great for that car. Of course, when the MWX big block comes out, it'll be 50 extra milliamps. Can't complain with that. As for the mains, I'll also be using big blocks. Put them in my 2-wheel drive cars, especially if it's 8 minutes, because I really don't want to take any chances. I've had many poor experiences in the past of my cars dying out, batteries under 385 milliamps. So I'm gonna play it safe for my mains, big block for the mains, and then the small block for seeding and qualifying rounds and club racing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure I'll make a video about the big block battery when it comes out. It'll pretty much be the same thing as this one, just giving my first impressions, recommending it or not. These I definitely recommend, so definitely go pick them up. So I think we're done here. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.